Hi there. Okay, so meal planning tends to be one of the most, I don't like to use the word hated, but hated tasks. And specifically, when I ask about why it is this way, it tends to come down the task at hand needing some kind of skill set development. It's a task that while it can sound semi easy to just choose the foods you want to eat, when you start doing it, you realize that there can be some complexities. So I want to walk you through one strategy that I use to make this more simplified. And it comes in a couple of parts. So I'm going to start you here with simply having a manner of looking at the days of the week and then also matching that with your calendar. So I would usually pull up my calendar and say, okay, I know that maybe my husband isn't going to be here. So this might be a solo meal, right? Maybe I know that we're going to be out to dinner with friends or whoever here, right? So I would first go through and write down what meals maybe need to be quicker, right? Maybe we are like, ooh, we have a really full day on Monday, so something really quick or prepared, right? So writing down the type of meal and will can help me choose that meal next, what I want to actually have there. And I specifically like actually starting with dinners because dinners we can make more of and utilize what's in that meal for maybe a mid meal or a lunch, or even actually using that for a breakfast meal if you like having different varieties of food for breakfast. So that's the first thing you want to do is go through and decide what kind of a meal, what is the week based off what the week looks like. Okay, so you can keep those notes in here. I'm going to delete them just for step number 2 here. So step 2 then is what do you want to have at your meals, right? And again, it may come down to, okay, I need quicker meals. I need meals that are under 15 minutes. I need meals that are already prepared and I'm just reheating. And that can really be a streamlined effect of knowing what maybe you want to use. Secondary, I tend to, when I find meals that I really enjoy, I will save them. So I have a list, this isn't super clean cut here, but I have a list of foods that are under my ground turkey and turkey tenderloin. I have meals that we really like under chicken, right? I have meals that we really like under sausage, under fish, under seafood, right? So these are already some ideas that I have in here. So I know that these are already like thumbs up. These are good to go. The second way that you can start to actually rank your meals, which I have not gotten to myself yet, but I kind of know offhand after making these a lot, is writing how long those meals take. Okay, this is a great like freezer meal, right? You could write freezer next to it. You could write prepared early. You could write this is a great leftovers. This is under 15 minutes, right? So ranking your meals can be really helpful for the future. And again, once you do this once, you don't have to do it again, right? So coming back here, so thinking of what I want for these dinners, for example, I like to rotate my proteins. So I think first and foremost, I would like to have salmon here. So I know off the top of my head because I've made it before and I've already thought about it for this week. I'm going to do a barbecue salmon that has potatoes and green beans on the side. So I already know that's here. I'm going to go with Tuesday. My husband's probably out of town, something that we can have for leftovers. I'm going to be doing chicken enchiladas, right? And Wednesday, maybe I'm going to do stuffed peppers, right? Thursday, maybe I will do. I'm going to do. I've got chicken. I'm going to do a shrimp and sausage sheet pan recipe, and by first and foremost just thinking of what you want. Maybe you want to just write Mexican, Italian, pizza, something else. Then you can go and look for those recipes if you don't already have a stack of recipes that you like or enjoy, or maybe you pick a recipe book or simply put in Google healthy salmon recipes, right? And that something will catch your eye and you can add that to your repertoire. So once we have these in, then I will tend to go to my mid meals, right? I'm having 5 meals here in my day. So I would probably take something like this. I would put it at least at one of my meals, and I would do that with each item here. Friday, why I didn't fill that in is usually my leftover day because there are always leftovers. So this really tends to be just a day I end up putting leftovers in. And then I'm going to go through and think of my next meal and so forth. I did this for my week. It looks a little different than this. So I'm just going to show you what I have here. So I did a ground turkey potato casserole. I gave myself options. I decided to do like a Greek yogurt parfait here, or also potentially to have that dinner. I like to be able to have two options at one of my meals in case I just don't want something or I want something sweet over savory. I made it really simple this week where I intended to do my morning mid meal or my post workout meal. I made all the same. My morning breakfast is all the same. This mid meal is all the same. So really the variety just comes from my dinners and one other meal in the day that I have some options and something different too. Next, what I'm going to do is I will look at plugging this into MyFitnessPal to look at amounts of food that I want to consume. This may be a next level for you, and this may be simply where you want to start and get good at before you take the next level to integrating into how much, right? And you'll need to know how much you want to consume by logging your food for a time period and starting to see where your averages are, and then looking and taking consideration your lifestyle, your goals, your health, and what you are trying to accomplish to indicate what your totals should be in terms of your calories, your protein, your fat, your carbs, and your fiber. So, excuse me. So when we're looking at this, I'm going to show you an example of a client of mine that I walked through and helped her and kind of did a back and forth to help teach her this skill, right? So she first and foremost, let me pull up her. Here it is. Here's her meal planning. So she did this herself, right? We've walked through it. We've done through some talks on understanding what food sources and how to create food and meals. And we have a couple food rules down here for her, specifically when she's looking at planning 3 to 4 veggies, 1 to 2 fruits, handful of greens. She's got some other food sources that we are looking at utilizing, and she has a tab to support that. However, when we're looking at the amounts of food, we're going to have to go and plug and chug in order to know that. And this is also how she's like, hey, I don't know what to eat at some of these meals in here. Like, great, because when you go and plug these into your MyFitnessPal, then we can figure out how many nutrients are left that you need to fulfill, and that meal can be created by that, right? So she plugged into her MyFitnessPal. She went through and plugged in the meals that she made here already for the week. And what we noticed, she was trying to hit between 15 to 1600 calories, enough protein, at least 120 grams of protein was her goal. And we're really just for her focusing on protein and calories right now. But I was checking over here on her fiber. This last column is fiber, and just making sure the other ratios made sense. So when she went through, we would take a look and say, yeah, actually, this day looks really good. Okay. This day actually looks really good too, right? We got those two goals. Oh, we are under on protein here. We're just on the slight end of calories. So what can we change in here to bring that protein up? Can we add a little bit more to the protein smoothie? Oh, look, we only have 2 hard-boiled eggs here. Could we add a jerky stick? Could we add a cup of bone broth? Could we put that in here? And that will also bring those calories up into range when we hit that protein. Down here, we see she's a little bit more calories than what she needs, but she's at her protein goal. So we need to go in and, I'd like her to pull down her fat just a little bit for her ratios for right now. And where do we have a little bit of extra fat? What can we do? Can we make sure her entries are accurate first and foremost? Could we take out, maybe we're going to take out 1 breakfast chicken sausage. Maybe we're going to actually look at these guys here and take 1 down and add something different to this meal, or just simply change it up. Maybe it's bone broth because bone broth has 0 fat. And then we're going to add something else, maybe like some sweet potatoes or a little bit of rice or something here, and just align the 2 components here. And we're also just kind of quickly checking to make sure her food log actually, the markings make sense, right? Meaning the entries are accurate, because sometimes these entries show goofy things or nothing at all. So we just want to make sure they are accurate. So that's how we're really, going through the food planning process is first and foremost deciding what you want, right? Deciding what makes sense for your week. what you have going on in the week, making sure that that is marked down first so you can then go through and decide what you want to eat. Another way to support this is to go through your haves over here and actually write down what proteins you have, what vegetables you have on hand, and that can help you to, and what's in your pantry, that can help to influence what you're eating over here. So you also use up what you have. These are a couple of my tips and tricks looking at your lifestyle, what you have going on for the week, looking at what you have in your pantry, thinking about what you want to eat, and then going through and marking how much and making sure that that aligns with the goals that you have on hand. Now, with this specific client, as I was going through, we're simply trying to get consistent so we can start to actually reverse diet her intake and pull it up. So we need to start to teach her this methodology so she can mesh her needs and wants. And as I say, hey, okay, now let's bring your calories up to 1700. She knows how to look through and what to add and how to add to change her nutrition herself. This just is a process that takes some time, right? It takes some time to learn, but once you learn it, it becomes very quick and simple and fast, and will just take you literally under probably 20 minutes, under 15 minutes for the entire week to then just be able to sit and follow through, enjoy your meals, and also really reap this consistent support to your metabolism, to these bigger goals that you have, to the excuses and the busyness that comes up in the week that deters you from these things. So I'm really excited for you to try this. And as you do, please comment below. Let me know what you think, what questions you have. And if you need any extra help, please don't hesitate to reach out.